Welcome, Year 11, and today we're looking at another feature of Photopea, and this is using the pen tool. Now, the pen tool's a more sophisticated way of drawing because you have control over what's called nodes. It's almost like a dot-to-dot that you can tweak as you go. So we're going to just go New Project and select Print, and then select A4. We want the canvas, to be landscape. So we'll just click here to make sure that the width is greater than the height, and then go create. Okay, so you notice that we've got our background. I'm just going to click unlock on that. Make sure you do that. And I'm also just going to go down here and click new layer. So right now I've got my background. I can turn on and off, and I've got my new layer. First thing I'm going to do is go over here. Okay, you'll see we're sort of familiar with a lot of these tools. Paintbrush tool. We've used the gradient tool as well. The one we're going to go down to, and the one to focus on today, is the pen tool, and this one called direct select. Okay, so I firstly want us just to get familiar with the pen tool, and the useful thing about it is that it's a much more precise way of drawing. So say if I just wanted to draw, I'll just draw a K, for example. I use it like a dot to dot. So I'll go 1, 2 like this. You can see this is just my very rough K as a demonstration. Now you will notice that when I go back to complete an entire shape, over the pen tool there's a tiny little sort of zero or a circle. Alright, so I've got my K there. Now I can move it around when I go back and select the direct select tool. I can grab parts of it. Okay, I could sort of tweak each of the nodes on it. Or I can select the entire thing. Okay, if I just do the path select and then grab it all and move it around. Okay, so when we're doing, designing logos or like images for some branding, very much like Cause would do, it's a really, really powerful tool. Okay, I'm just going to hit delete once I had it selected, and this time what I'm going to do is click and drag. So if I click once using the pen tool, then I click again, I'm just holding my mouse down and clicking and dragging, and you'll see that it forms that lovely curve. Okay, then I'm going to click again, because each of the nodes has a kind of weight on it. Each of the dot to dot points has a kind of weight on it. I'm going to click again here, and I'm just going to make a very, very rough Cause skull. Give me 1 second. I'm going to click back on that node. Something like this. It's super rough, and then back to the middle and tweak that, click and drag that one right out. Okay, it looks pretty rough. Now I go back here, I'm going to right click on direct select. This means that for each of these points I can move around the weight on each node. I'm going to put that one around there, that one there. Okay, and I want to get you to get used to the fact that these kind of feel different from the paintbrush or the pencil tool. Okay, it's not perfect, but you get the idea. Now, as I said, we could move it around. So if I go path select, that selects the entire thing. And I'm just right clicking there and go direct select if I want to still tweak it around. Now, if I want to change it to an actual selection of pixels, because right now it's not pixels, I would go to the layers palette here and go to paths. And it's what's called a work path. And the work path is useful, and I can save it and delete it and duplicate it. But we want to change it to a selection. So we go down here, just right down here and hit selection. And now we can use the, when I change color, we can use the paint bucket to fill it in. If I go back to layers, you'll notice that I've just have this layer that I can turn on and off. Okay, I've got that sort of control over it. If I go to paths, I've still got my work path. Okay, so if I change around this layer, so if I just go to my move tool, okay, and go there, then go to paths and click it again, I've still got a copy of it handy. Okay, so I can go back to path select and just move it around. Go down and change it to a selection again. Change color. What I'll go like maybe a blue or purple this time, something like that, and fill that in with the paint bucket. Cool. Now I can delete my work path if I'm done with it. I'll get rid of it. I can still see a faint impression there, but you get the idea. So I can turn my background on and off. My work path's both there. I'm not too satisfied with that bit. Then let's just add the trademark Cause Eyes. So I'm going to paintbrush. I'll select the round noisy marker, and I'll select white. And I'll just pop I might just bump up. Oh, no, that should be okay, I think. So I should be, there we go. What might happen here, and it's actually useful, is the selection is still around that object. So I can just go to select and deselect. And I'll just pop in my Cause Eyes. That's probably a bit on the large side actually. So I'm going to bump it down. Let's say 50. There we are. Okay, so I want you to make 3 of those just using the pen tool. Now, it has to be really precise when, like, it is quite fiddly when you're using it. That one tip is just to make sure you remember to deselect, or you can just press Control D. And always save your work. So we're always going File, Export As, and exporting it as a JPEG, because we need to remember the difference between like the working file that has layers and the final file that's just flat. All right, so let's do 3 of those using Cause as an inspiration and showing how we use the pen tool. Thanks for that.